It's currently 1 in the morning right now. Lately, I ain't even gonna lie. I have been staying up a lot longer than I used to. I used to be like an early riser, an early morning person, but lately I find myself staying up to the late night, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I do stay up working a lot lately, but I ain't gonna lie. I I've been tired. I've been tired. This is sort of like an update in a sense, and me just probably just yapping because honestly, it's some things that I need to just get off of my chest. And sometimes I'm not the best at communicating how I'm feeling. I've been working on that for the past couple years because I used to not know how to communicate my feelings well. So now I'm starting to learn what it really means to express my feelings and how I am. So I lately life I've been feeling blessed, but at the same time I just feel tired. Physically tired because again, I've been staying up till like about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, then I will wake up 8, 9 in the morning. So I will go to sleep late and wake up kind of early, which is super unhealthy, I guess. Um, but I've been also just tired. I've been on this channel specifically. I haven't did anything on it for like I think a year. I've been super inactive on it, and that's totally like my fault. I know a lot of people are probably like, "Dang, where this dude go?" Like, man, we used to see your videos all the time, man, and trust me, I still post online. It's just not on here. And for a while, I just lost the desire to even post on here because I felt like I was just trapped in a box. But I feel like I put myself in that box in a sense. I've put myself in a box of making short form content and just making, like, at first I was making some cringy stuff. I can't even lie. I look back at most of the stuff that I was posting and it's like, dang, dude, like, man, I was looking just crazy as ever. But at the same time, I lost the desire to post things like that specifically because things like that don't serve me anymore. So I've really stepped into the music world and posting content there and making actual music as well, which I never thought I would do. Um, but I've been doing that. I've been curating a lot of things. I had my first show in New York. It's just a lot of things that I do that um, I don't think people on this channel have seen. But man, it's a beautiful thing. Life is honestly beautiful, but it can be chaotic sometimes. And I find myself feeling tired and some not even lost because I know where I'm headed. But the thing is, in my head, I get so caught up in the destination that I forget to embrace and enjoy the journey. I think that's one thing in this season that God is really tugging me at because I always I'm a dreamer and I also work hard to get to my dreams, and I also am a big believer of my dreams coming into reality. So I think about the future a lot, and I think about the destination. I think about myself being the biggest streamer. I think about myself having my own music festival as big as Coachella and Camp Flog. I see myself being one of the best producers. I see myself being one of the most creative people in the world. I see myself being a multi-billionaire and I see all of that. But the thing is, I have to enjoy and be in the present moment right now. Because the things that we do now, if we don't live in these moments and cherish the moments that we have right now, we're going to look back and be like, dang, I wish I would have actually enjoyed where I was. Because this is going to be one day where, like I said, we're at the destination and we're going to end up not being fulfilled because we didn't enjoy the journey. The journey is the most important part of getting to the destination. It's a lot of ups and downs. It's a lot of times where you're going to feel like quitting. It's a lot of times where you may think that this is not for you. And it's been moments on this journey where I'm like, dang, bro, I don't even know. I know we're not supposed to get caught up in the numbers, and we're not supposed to get caught up in, materialistic things and stuff like that. But sometimes I do look at the numbers and I'm like, stuff is not adding up. Sometimes. And then I do look at where I'm at and I'm like, dang, bro, like, I'm not the jealous type of person, but I have been jealous of what other people had in the past. And I will find myself saying things like, man, I worked this hard and I'm not there, but these people are at a certain level that I want to be at. That's called jealousy, bro. That's coveting somebody's property, somebody's life, and wanting somebody else's life to be yours. And I had to reevaluate myself in that type of aspect, because it's just like, why do you have desire to live someone else's life? That never made sense to me. But I've did it before and I'm like, ooh, I gotta work on that. Like that's something I gotta truly work on. Now I'm past that stage in my life, but at that time I was like, whoa, dude, you gotta chill out. You really gotta chill out on that. But lately, like I said, my struggles have been not really enjoying the present moment, because I find myself just working and not prioritizing the things that I need to prioritize, like family, my girlfriend, life outside of the internet, and the work that I do on the internet, because my job is literally social media, being on the internet. And I prioritize that sometimes over my girlfriend, over my family, and even over God. And I know that's hard to say out loud. It's really hard to say out loud. And I had to kind of sink within that and really just live within that thought that, dang, dude, you're really putting more of your time. You're putting the time that you're supposed to be spending with God, the time that you're supposed to be spending with your girlfriend, you're putting your work over all of that. I'm not gonna lie, I just had a realization that that's probably why I'm tired. That's probably why I feel the way that I feel right now. And I'm not saying that I'm down in the dumps or I'm sad or anything like that. But I am at a moment of like weakness, in a sense, that it's like I said, I think I work too much. And I know that's crazy to say, because some people are like, man, put in the work hard. And we are in a grind first culture. We tend to forget to take care of our mental health. We forget to take care of our physical bodies, our spiritual selves. We tend to forget all that. Um, and as a result, you have a lot of people who are not mentally there, but they're working hard. They're making money. They're doing all of this, but at the end of the day, they're not fulfilled. And there's still an empty void within yourself, no matter how hard you work. That amount of work would never, never live up to the fulfillment that God could give you. That's real talk. That type of fulfillment that I was seeking through my work and that I still struggle with, that I'm seeking through my work, is never going to fulfill my soul. And of course, I'm still going to work hard because I was called to work, and men are wired to work. You know what I'm saying? But I have to prioritize my time way better, though. I really do. I really have to prioritize my time better. Sometimes I may have to take a day off. I know that's hard to say for me personally because I love to work every single day except for Saturday, which I make my Sabbath, my rest days. But even on my Sabbath days, I find myself thinking about, working, thinking about posting, thinking about streaming and all of that, man. But sometimes I have to just sit and just breathe and just take a moment to just reflect on life. Just to reflect on, okay, I'm right here and I'm content with that. And we're going to push forward in order to get somewhere that we want to be. But for right now, let's embrace the now. Like literally, man. Yeah, like all the time my mind is filled with wanting to either post, wanting to either stream, because I've been getting back into streaming a lot more, and streaming can be draining, but it's fun. It's really fun. And I'm really proud of myself for just putting myself out there in that type of way. And also, I just make a lot of posts, and I find myself grinding at an extreme rate. And it's like, it's fire, it's cool, but at the same time, like, when do you even rest? When have you even taken a day to just lay down? When have you just sat and be bored? I ask myself these things because it's like, I was like, I never had time to be bored. I never had time to just sit down and be in my thoughts and just to be alone in my room and just to sit in silence. I'm always having something on. I'm always having a YouTube video on. I'm always having some music on. I'm always doing this, that, and the third. Like, I need to just sit still and be quiet. And I don't want to get to a point where God literally has to sit me still, because if God has to do that, that's a scary thing. We don't know like how he's going to sit you down. He can sit you down in multiple ways. So I need to be obedient and sit still and be quiet and just listen for a second. Sometimes I tend to just, my mind is going at 100 miles per hour, and sometimes I don't know what to do. Sometimes I do too much. I find myself like, for example, today I was on the phone with my girlfriend. Usually because we're long distance, I have to make time with her, you know? And I just found myself making videos and working, and I think she said something and I was on my phone. Like, I was doing like 200 different things at one time, and I didn't listen in that moment. I didn't have my attention on her at that moment. And that's really frustrating to me that I do stuff like that sometimes where my priorities are not straight, you know? And you tend to lose focus on the things that's important in life. I can always get back to the work. I can always get back to making videos. I can always get back to streaming. Um, which is why I feel disappointed in myself in a sense for not doing right. And at moments, I did feel some type of guilt and shame for behaving the way that I behave. And the thing is, I know that is wrong. It's not wrong to work hard, but it's doing myself a disservice by prioritizing and putting my work above everything else. That does a disservice towards my mental, towards my spirit, towards my health. And that doesn't really fulfill my happiness. I enjoy doing what I do, but I'm saying, like, when you do it too much to the point where everything else gets foggy, you're not going to be able to see. You're going to be blind. So I'm just grateful that God has so much mercy on me as a human. I'm just flawed. I'm flawed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect in any type of way, and I'm trying to figure out life like the rest of y'all, honestly. So I'm just learning to be quiet. Just learning to be quiet and to sit still and actually rest, because I need it. And I know I'm saying all of this at 1 a.m. It's actually like probably like 1:30 or something like that. But I know I'm saying this super late, but I just need to sit down with my thoughts and just take the time to just sit still without having to worry about anything else. But on a brighter note, lately I have been blessed to be in this position to have the platforms that I do on TikTok, on Instagram, and we get into YouTube, ball back rolling. I know it's been a minute, but I'm excited for this new chapter in my life. Just embracing a lot of sides that I've yet to tap into. Since I was a kid, I wasn't really a talker. I used to didn't really talk, but now I find myself as an adult talking a lot. Just being able to yap freely and be a people's person is something that I think was always in me, but I now am at a point in my life where I'm able to tap into that side a little bit more. And really, I've been getting outside more. And I'm not talking about like, man, you go to the club and get outside. I'm talking about like go to certain places. Like last year, I got to experience Camp Flawed for the first time in my life. And that was one of the most beautiful experiences that I had. And it was beautiful because, one, I was with my girlfriend, and that was our first time going. And we had the time of our lives. But two, just being able to see most of my supporters' faces in real life, man, it was a blessing. It was a blessing to be able to see your platform in full effect in real life, which is even crazy to say, man. Um, but yeah, just going there, going to New York and experiencing my first live show that I curated the lineup in and hosted. Just putting myself more out there in those type of ways, other than just the internet. It's been a huge shift in my life, and I'm growing more confident in who I am as a person and what I do. It's a lot of things at the beginning of my career on the internet that I wasn't confident on, that I didn't know what to do. And now I'm growing more mature. I'm growing more bold. I'm more sure of myself more than ever. And I know that I'm headed in the right direction when it comes to a lot of things. I'm I'm not even trying because I don't like using the word try. I would say I am setting up a great life for my future kids, for my future family, so that generations after me could live off of what I built. And right now I'm building an empire. I'm building an empire. And best believe it's going to be the biggest thing yet. So I'm excited for that, man. But I've also been hitting the gym a lot more. Not more than I haven't been hitting it as usual as I want to, just because, like I said, I find myself being busy a lot, a ton actually, but I'm just grateful that I get to keep my temple, active and moving. That's one thing too. But as far as my mental, my mind has been racing a lot, like I said, and I could be thinking about like 1,000 different things all at once, and which is why I just need to sit still and be quiet sometimes, man. Sometimes it could get to me in ways where it's like I just gotta chill. But I think that's pretty much everything that I needed to get off my chest at the moment. Be grateful for life. Be grateful for where you're at right now and prepare for where you're headed. Trust in God and always love. Yeah, love is the answer. It always is. Always is.